Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. In this video, we're just going to go and try and farm some Oracle tokens. So first things first, let's jump in. I'm going to do a Shadow Arc trial. Now this is the team that I've used previously for Shadow Arcs. It's got Astrid, Mulan, who are definitely not Shadow Arcs, but we do have Halissa, Mavis and Sandra, who are all Shadow Arcs as well. The way that I figured it's probably best to go with Mystifiers on this one, just for the speed of things. But what we will do instead, we're going to add in 2 new Mystifiers. If you don't have those Mystifiers, then again, you can just use any of the Mystifiers here, Dullahan, Talos, to provide the Monarch synergy here. So you've got 5 Monarchs, 3 Shadow Arcs. Stick these 2 at the front, and you can just go ahead and load through. I think we'll try this one. So we'll jump in, and then we can see how far this team will take us, just to see whether or not it's any good. I think this is the 6 rounds, so we need to beat this in under 6 rounds. As you can see, applying a little bit of poison there, a little bit of corrode, doing little bits of damage, incremental. Would be much more if we used other units, for example Gaia and Lancelot in this slot. We already have the 3 Monarchs on the team, which will ensure we can't get one shot, or our entire team can't get one shot in this situation. If we don't beat it in 6 rounds, we'll go ahead and change the team up slightly, but seems to be doing enough damage as is. Now, Shadow Arcs have always been very tough for me. Typically, I would have used, before all of these units were released, so Halissa, Mavis, and Sandra, before they were released, I used to use units like Persephone. I used to use units Solomon and Ellie as well. I never really put too much stock in the sort of the Franz and Emily combo. But it can be quite effective if you have them quite a high level. So just something to keep in mind. Now, we seem to be doing more than enough damage here. What I'm going to do is just skip ahead. So it did take 15 rounds and we weren't able to do enough damage. And we need to get this beat in under 6 rounds. So we're going to take these out and we're going to pop in Astrid and Gaia. And again, the reason that I'm going to pop these in, or these 2 in, specifically Gaia is going to pump up the damage that we're doing as well. As you know, we're only running 3 Mystifiers on this team. The 3 Mystifiers we ran previously didn't do anywhere near enough damage. Gaia, what a treat she has been. Really is. Really, really strong. I sometimes I just can't get over how much damage she's actually doing. Now, there is something to say about the seasonal buff, in that Gaia is currently getting 100% seasonal buff for attack, defense, and HP as well. So as of Friday, so the coming up Friday should be in about 2 days as of release of the video. I think we've done enough there, Astrid. But as of 2 days, Guy's going to lose these buffs. Now, it doesn't mean she's going to become a bad unit. As we've seen from Aphrodite in PvP, or non-seasonal PvP, we've started to, really realize how good of a unit she truly is. Really, really strong. Or at least I think she's really, really strong. And so do a lot of the other people on my in my war zone. They use her quite frequently. But Gaia, I think, will retain the strength that she has, primarily because of the increase in number of corrodes that are placed on enemy units, and also the damage increase as well. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now, this is Protectors. We're going to go for a different team here. That was the team that I have been running to push through to like floor 380, something like that. Bear with me. Sorry about that. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to Ethereals, and then there you go, there are your 3 Protectors. If you don't have Wukong in this scenario, you can always go over to Dooms as well. And there are 2 very strong Protectors on Dooms as well, so you can mix and match Really, all you need to do, jump into Rune Synergy Protectors, and you can have a look here. As you can see, Gaia is a protector, Lancelot is a protector, Gwyn, Old Faithful, he is a protector. You've also got Hades and Leandra as well. So just something to keep in mind when you are building these teams. So we are going to go with the 3 ethereal protectors, and then what we'll do as well. Where have you gone? Here you are. Ethereals, we're going to put you on the team, and we'll put you on the team as well. If you don't have Eudora, Elisha works very, very well with Eudora. But if you don't have a copy of her, then Elwyn, absolutely fine. And if not, Masterma. If worst case scenario, let's run it with Masterma, and let's run it with let's pop Dorabella in here as well, and just see if this this team here can win. So if you don't have a copy of Wukong, I suggest you pick him up. He's a very, very strong unit. Where have you gone? Chaos Orb. Then what we'll do, Gord, and we can use the Demon Blade Whip as well. Demon Blade, very, very strong. Very, very good. I very much enjoy using that whip. It is HP gains on that, absolutely phenomenal. So as you can see, we've got Deviant Synergy here. My Karnak does have 2/2, so we have fortunately managed to bind 2 of the enemy units. Now, as you can see here, we're not building up altogether too much attack, but we are gaining shield and we are healing as well on every crit. And as you can see, Wukong putting in a little bit of work here. Again, it may not be enough, but we do need survivors with over 60% health. So all survive and over 60% health. Eudora, not Eudora, Dorabella to do a chunk of the damage here. Even Masterba getting in on that. That's very, very strong. So we've bound Franz and Solomon as well. Quite glad we've bound Solomon. His taunt ability is very frustrating, to say the least, in most cases. Wukong has been marked, but fortunately able to also apply freeze with Katrina as well. That is a quite a recent addition this season. Her and Vittoria were added, or they gained the ability to freeze enemies just on normal gameplay. That will not go away. That will stick around. Shame, that was a big miss. And yeah, Solomon taunting some of our big hitters here. Strong stuff. Unfortunately, Katrina will not perform her ultimate. That is a shame. Masterma here, no. So I don't think we're going to get it in under 6 rounds, but we may be able to power through. So let's just go ahead and skip this one. Yeah, 10 rounds, 5 survivors. Looks like it worked very well. So Masterma putting the work in there, absolutely fine. Now, Dawnbringers, let's go ahead and build ourselves a Dawnbringers team. I have shown this off before, these two, and these two as well. You can use either of those 2 sets of units, so Katrina, Dorabella, Atrops and Selene. You need 1 more in order to power through. So what I'll do is I'll just show off Selene in this particular situation. We need 1 more Dawnbringer. So let's jump into our Dawnbringers and see who we've got. We do have an Avenging Dawnbringer, Enchanter. So we've got our 2 strikers here. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that. So yeah, Dio-chan, a new unit. I've not really used her altogether too much, but realistically we could do with some more enchanters on the team. So we've got our 3 Dawnbringers in the form of Atrops, Selene and Dio-chan. So we're going to look at enchanters. We're going to go straight for Lachesis to help build Sal up as much as possible, and then we need Arkdina as well. So we'll jump on, get these 2, and then we need some artifacts. So you can use Healing Vase in combo with Sal. I'll just show that off. And then we want Blades of Chaos. Still one of the best epic relics used to this day on many strong high-powered teams. Now we do have 3 enchanters, so hopefully we're going to see some enchanting being done, especially by Dio-chan. So whenever Dio-chan dies, she applies the Bewitch effect and she increases team attack. And whenever somebody is confused, she also increases attack as well. So hopefully going to be very strong next time or next season with the new Avengers unit that on heal gains an additional attack. Now I don't know whether or not that's going to be similar to how the Grace of Hunters synergy works, or she did quite a fair chunk of damage here. Yeah, not bad. And even Dina, yeah, getting in on the action. So we do, yeah, we gain this power up as well from Lachesis. So Lachesis is powering up Sal. Oh, we even get slow motion. The reason that we're able to gain so much damage, gain so much attack power from Sal specifically is because of his runes. So whenever Sal loses life and then heals back up, so as you can see, we've got a bit of damage here. Oof, that was strong. That was a strong Dawnbringer turn there. Still not somebody to be trifled with. And that's it. Run finished. Damn. So, just got clowned by Dawnbringer there. Right, okay, so Dawnbringers, let's take out, yeah, Dio-chan. The problem again with Avengers is they just die. Let's try running this back. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. It is what it is. But yeah, what was I saying? Before we just got one-shotted. This team could do with some defense, actually. Give me a defensive hero, that'd be nice. There we go. So we get the attack increase from Dio-chan. Realistically, we just need... yeah, we kind of just need... why did Dawnbringer's shield not disappear? Maybe she's immune. Who knows? But we have been enchanted as well. Fortunately, Dio-chan able to power back through. And we've confused Dawnbringer, so hopefully she's not going to one-shot us this time around. Ha! Yeah, that works out just fine. Enemy Atrops here, that's the problem, I think. But this looks a bit more like a successful run to me. We even get some holy shields to back things up. So let's go ahead and move on. And that was round 6, Dawnbringers. Now, Phantom Synergy. This has been the Phantom team that I was using. I'm going to take out Ophelia. And I'm going to replace her with Ayushta. Oh no, I've already got Ayushta in the team. You can go ahead. I've just accidentally picked up Sylvan's runes. So let's go ahead and see whether or not Sylvan will do anything for us. We do need... So if worse comes to worse, we can just go and pick up 3 Avengers Phantoms. Specifically Janna. You can pick up Janna, Narissa, and Althea. Those are your Avengers Phantoms, and those will do the job absolutely no problem. On this team, you can just take out Arthur. You pop Arthur out, and you take Cleo out, and you just pop in two Dooms. Somebody who can switch with Dahlia gains a lot of buffs, potentially Halissa as well. And the reason that you go with Doom Phantoms is because Dooms do tend to get one shot. Once all of this shielding goes down, they don't really have much recourse to take a lot of damage, unless you build it a very specific way. Arthur really does help with that. Really strong. Okay, and even Sylvan getting in for damage there. Unfortunately, we got that Holy Shield protection. Cleo down. So we do get the Phantom buff as well, because we do have the 4 Phantoms on the team. We have applied Hindrance as well, so that will stop enemies from getting buffed up by Atrops. Here we go. Right, so this should be... And we've got the debuff reflection. That's cool. Oh, we've started to do proper reflect damage now as well. It's because enemy's attack is quite high, and our attack has been built up as well. We get a stun on Elune and Atrops as well. That's very, very strong. Unfortunately, I think we're going to take Elune out here, but it is what it is. So Mastermids lose a lot of health here. And again, primarily because we've built up our HP and our attack so much that it's very effective on the Dooms. And with just Atrops here, we can go ahead and skip. Is that 6? Survivors 5. Right, okay. So we need survivors realistically. Let's go ahead and try that one more time with this team. And if not, we can just add a healer on the team. Yeah, much better. Much better. Sylvan to do the most there. Not bad. Not bad at all. Verdians, again, these are your core Verdians that you want to be using. Lily and Leah, Nawi and Lee. In my opinion, the strongest Verdians that you've got. You can also use potentially Merlin, Sylvan, and Doris as well. So something along these lines might potentially work out for you if you've invested quite heavily into Dooms. But again, these three are my staples for Verdians. And then what I do is I just surround them with Monarchs as well. So we've got 4 Monarchs and Nawi. You can potentially, if, say, for example, this was Verdians with 60% HP or more, 5 survivors, you take out Talinas and you pop in Seraphina here, and she should be able to keep you alive for long enough. But I think we should be absolutely fine here. I've messed up the order rotation. Talinas is where Audrey should be. So we should have switched those two around. But this should be over reasonably quickly, especially given Nawi is on the team. Typically, I use Nawi a lot when I went through Old Lost City. So having Nawi at quite a powerful level is very, very strong. Now, every time Lee gets hit, he's going to build up his attack, his defense. Every time we trigger a Verdian synergy, Lily and Leah will give additional defense as well. So just something to keep in mind. As you can see, Lee is building up his attack and his defense as well. If I had his full, or if I had, if I had his full red runes, I think he also gains HP on top of that. So it can be very, very strong effect. Audrey, hopefully, going to take out, so taking out Sal. And Lee maybe take out these two, as long as there's no misses. Yeah, Minotaur, what a pain. Always dodging Minotaur. It's like they build him with full dodge. It's crazy. We do get the stun here. So the stun from Talinas when she attacks. If you have more than 6 stacks, she'll stun for 1 turn. If she has more than 12 stacks, which is thanks to Lily and Leah, increasing the stack limit up to 15, she will stun for 2 turns, which is why it gives us this window to kill the enemies as well. So, looks easy enough. Now we to do the most. And let's carry on through. So, Shadow Arcs, again, we can use the same Shadow Arc team, but I'm not going to. Let's go ahead and build an Avengers Shadow Arc team here. So we've got Persephone, Mavis, and Solomon. Now we need survivors with 60% HP or more. So what I'm going to do is pop Janet in here, and I will also pop in Narissa as well. We don't want to put Mavis on this front row. The reason for that is because if you put Mavis on the front row, she will get hit by Persephone's Fortitude and she won't die. We do want her to die as frequently as we possibly can. These are the Avengers relics that I go with typically. But yeah, Janna is an absolute staple, and Narissa is very, very good as well over time. Narissa builds up and builds up over the course of a match, and because we've got no round limit, so we don't have to beat it in under 6 rounds, we can just go ahead and push through with this Avengers team. Now, I am sorry if you like the Avengers, absolutely fine. I am not going to sit here all the way through. Because unfortunately it's going to take way too long. Way too long. Like, look at this. She's not doing very much at all right now. But towards the end of the fight she will. So we can go ahead and skip. As you can see, Janet to do the most. Mavis, Persephone. Why do we not have survivors 5 or more? We saw that. Let's go ahead and try this again. Hold on, one sec. Maybe Janna did not pull us through. Secret tactic with Janna. Something to keep in mind. The strangers also help populate the field. And what I mean by that is, there we go, perfect. So what I mean by that is when Janna summons a stranger, if, say, for example, she fills an empty slot up, that also counts as having an ally alive. So have 5 allies alive, they count as allies, and it works out very well. So this is the Enchanters team that I've gone with previously. We have seen an Enchanters build before with the Avengers, so let's try a different Enchanters build. So we've got our 3 Enchanters, our 3 Dooms Enchanters here, and we just need to support them. So we will pop in Dahlia, and we will pop in, let's go with Arthur because he's a new unit. Let's stick these 2 on the front, and then we're going to change out this Leviathan relic, and we're going to pop in the 100 relic energy. Here we go. Perfect. Right, okay, so this should be good enough to beat the Enchanter stages in under 6 rounds. So let's go ahead, find out whether or not it's possible. So we get this reflect damage, we start increasing attack and defense every time we increase our HP. We also get a permanent attack increase as well, with thanks to Ophelia. And hopefully we get a stun, yeah, on Lily and Leah. That's what we really wanted to see. And again, the reason that we wanted the stun on Lily and Leah is so enemies don't have that shield in place. Now, as you can see, Arthur down to quite low health here, really. But fortunately, able to start building up that attack and defense as well. We've got, yeah, Dahlia, straight up killer, absolutely. PvE and PvP killer. So we didn't need survivors with more than 60% HP. We just need to beat it in under 6 rounds. So Ophelia does die very frequently. Very, very frequently for me. Like, I've not seen a match, a tough sort of end game match where Ophelia has survived. But the effect still remains. So it's not like with Elwyn, where Awaken triggers, but once Elwyn leaves the field, Awaken no longer triggers. The way that it works out, and Monarchs as well. So that was a bit of fun we had with Ethereal Monarchs. So let's go ahead, jump into our Monarchs. Yeah, so as I was saying, with Elwyn, when she dies, that Awaken trigger stops happening. But with Ophelia, that's not the case. Right, okay, so typically I would run this Monarch team. So having these 4 Monarchs on the team can typically ensure your survival. But what I'm going to do is, we've run that team before. You can run the Mistfire's Monarchs. There's 4 Mistfire's Monarchs in here. You do have sneaky Avengers Monarchs as well. So you've got Albert, Aphrodite, and Mavis. If you've got Albert's runes, can be very, very useful, stopping enemies from attacking. You do have 2 Monarchs on the Valianters team, in the form of Macaria and Vittoria. And if you do have Cleo, you can have 3 Valianters, your 2 Celestials, and 3 Monarchs on the same team as well. And then you've got 1, 2, 3 Monarchs for your Ethereal team. There are 2. So 1, where have you gone? 2, and technically 3 Monarchs on the Dooms team, if you do have a copy of Cleo at 8 stars, but a lot of people won't. So we'll just go with the standard. Here you are, 1, 2, 3, 4 Monarchs, and then we'll pop Nawi in as well. just for the damage to get things over with as quickly as possible. Now, as I mentioned before, Audrey in this front slot, because what you want to do is use the shield. So we get shields from the spear, we get shields from the shield as well, and then we'll go with Hand of Tyr. Now you can, for increased survivability, go with Cauldron if you have it above that 3-star mark, but again, Hand of Tyr, old reliable, we should be absolutely fine. If we need more damage, what we can do is take Nawi out and we can pop in Atrops. So if you're suffering with damage, if you're not able to do enough damage to enemy teams, then taking out one of your core units and popping in Atrops or Cleo if you've got them, but primarily Atrops will increase the damage significantly as well. Now we don't need to get this beat in under 6 rounds, we just need survivors with 60% HP or more. So it can be tricky, but I don't think we should have a problem here, especially with how much Lee is popping off. Lee is just fantastic. The only problem I have with Lee is that counterattack is only a 50% chance. If that counterattack was an ultimate attack, then I can understand the 50% chance. But what I don't understand is Lee having the ability to counterattack on a basic, but only having a 50% chance to do so. In my opinion, I think Lee should counterattack 100% of the time. Because it takes so long to build up with him. It takes such a long time. But yeah, a really, really strong unit in the form of Lee. It's just that 50% chance holding him back, I think, personally. So let me know what you think as we watch the this absolute savaging from our Glory and Monarchs team. Nawi again, she's not a Monarch, but she is, or she was Queen of the game for a very, very long time. Really, really strong stuff. Now, our shields haven't been broken, and it's because Lily and Leah's attack is so high. This shield here, very, very powerful, especially in combination with Audrey. Audrey, when she gets shield, she will give out 25% of that shield to the rest of the team as well. So she just generates effectively infinite shielding. He's got his fortitude effect on. What a shame. But yeah, effectively infinite shielding. So fortunately, Talinas removes that fortitude effect when she ultimates as well. So as you can see, we are surviving very well, and we're still building up Audrey. She's still got a fair bit to go. But yeah, so the rest of the team got shield. Normally that would not happen, but again, it's because we've got Audrey in this front slot, and Audrey dishes out shield to the rest of the team when she receives shielding as well. So just something to bear in mind. Now, I thought that was over. It is now. That is done. We have got our Oracle token. That is stage 322. We'll go ahead, claim our Oracle token. That puts me up to a grand total of 15 of them. Yeah, 15 of them. Completed this stage. That is 322. And that's where we're going to leave it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you've learned something. And yeah, if you'd like to see more of this stuff, then please do subscribe.